Good afternoon. We're here to give a presentation for Strategic Management 4369 Second Life for Industry 3, Firm A. And this is going to cover the Strat stimulation that we were doing. The presentation is given by myself, Yvonne Rada, Maribel Hernandez,
Claudia Ramos.
Thank you. The 4 questions that we're covering are what the professor required, which are starting our business position and initial strategy. That's number 1. Number 2 would be the firm's performance objectives and actual performance. And number 3, key strategic moves that led to your success. And number 4, important lessons learned from this stimulation. So first of all, I'm going to start with initial position and business strategies. In our first overview, we read the manual and we toured the stimulation. It made it a lot easier since you did give us 2 rounds for practice. We got to look at the decisions that were going to be made, which are technology, product development, marketing, distribution, manufacturing, and financing. Our team came together and we discussed the strengths and weaknesses of each other, and we felt that Maribel would be the strongest in finance, Claudia would be the strongest in marketing, and myself, I would be stronger in the distributing. So with this, we were able to make the decisions as a group. We also became aware that we had 3 vehicles to begin with, and we familiarized ourselves with them. For each of them, there was a category: economy, family, and utility. We also made decisions to concentrate only on 3 vehicles instead of going up to the 8 that we could potentially go, but we just decided to stick to the 3. The initial vehicles that we had were ALEC, representing the economy vehicle, we had Alpha, representing the family vehicle, and we had Awesome, representing the utility vehicle. Next, we're going to discuss the firm's performance objectives and actual performance. I'm going to give it off to Claudia.
In our approach, we wanted to lead the segment and maintain a long-term sustainability, meeting or exceeding the market demands. We monitor the economic outlook and the demanded attributes to validate changes based on the market around 11 minus the market value around 1. Then divided the market value around 1. We rank number 1 versus all other firms. As for example, in the market value, we started at 21,487, and then by period 11 we were in 26,375. Now also in our products, we were in period 1 we were only at 13% in an ALEC, and then in an Alpha we were only at 7.4, and in Awesome it was only at 7.2. Now ending in period 11, ALEC was already in 23.6, which is double the percentage that we were in period 1, and then Alpha was in 15.1. We also doubled it since we began with 7.4, and then Awesome, we had period 1 7.2%, and we ended up in 14.5. Now in our financial summary, you can see the red line. You can see the red line over here. We first ended it, we were very low, and then we raised it up and we sustained it up to 40, and we stayed in the same. We sustained it. Okay. Next. Maribel.
Hi, I'm Maribel Hernandez. I'm going to cover the strategic moves that led to our success. First of all, we monitor our competition and anticipated their decisions to make the proper moves to stay in the lead. We stayed conscious of our economic indicators of the GDP, interest, inflation to make the necessary decisions on each period. For example, on periods 5 and 7, we experienced a market crash. We analyzed the effects that took in the economy, and at that point we sold less vehicles in that period to be able to go with the demand due to the market crash. We also looked at the attributes that the customers demanded to comply. Um, for example, the gas prices went up. Therefore, we scaled back on the production of larger vehicles and we focused on smaller vehicles that would help the economy of the gas prices going up. We also expanded contribution to saturate the market by complying with the customer's demands. Every round, we looked at each attribute to be able to comply. For finance, we were able to the bonds and stocks. We sold and bought stocks and bonds to help rise our capital. Also, there were several important lessons that we learned. Forecasting market and distribution to manufacture changes that can be difficult. That was very important. Customers' desires and needs were very unpredictable. Every period we noticed the pattern was never the same. Every time it changes, so we have to be very conscious and try to keep up with all that. That's why we also had to plan ahead to succeed and use our proper resources available. Each round we analyzed it and moved to the second round. To maintain an advantage competition into the auto industry and intense and needs to be constantly monitored. Every round we constantly monitor what areas we were weak and what areas we were strong. And by focusing on this, we were able to always stay on the lead and be successful. The simulator provided valuable tools to collaborate and understand strategic planning. For example, at the beginning of the periods, we always noticed that we had two or more vehicles left. As the periods went on and we were able to understand and forecast and monitor everything, we were able towards the end of the periods, we were able to sold out all those vehicles due to the forecasting we were able to predict. Okay, this is the important lessons that we learned. And for a conclusion, I'm going to invite my partners again. For the conclusion, we noticed that it is difficult to predict the market. There are a lot of unforeseen circumstances, and I just like the real world. I mean, this was a really good learning experience for us.
I believe now we're able to go ahead and analyze the financial, marketing, accounting, and developing part of a business. This has been a very self-learning experience for my team and I.
And I agree with my partners, not only in the auto industry, but in any industry or any type of business, you're always going to have unpredictable factors, and you just have to learn and predict. And it's always good to know who your competitors are and know the strengths and weaknesses that are playing in the economic factors. So this concludes our presentation. We hope you liked it. Thank you again for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.